2 of my children were born crippled. When you are a preacher of miracles and you have a cripple in your house, you don't know how rude Nigerians can be. a woman who took care of my wife in the bearing of her second child asked me, "That your crippled son, is he still crippled?" And I said, "Yes." She said, "You see, I have always regarded you as a crazy man. If God heals, let him come from your house." And I said to her, "Having turned your mouth into a basket mouth, the miracle will start today." She laughed like a Cheshire cat and mocked me. And I asked God, "What do I do?" And God said, "Raise a song to my honor, and your son shall walk." I was on my way to a Bible school in America, and I said to my wife, "On my return, this boy shall walk. He will not require prayer." You know what she said? She said, "If another woman had this type of problem, you will not sleep again. You will pray until the child will walk. Because it is my child, you are not interested." Well, if you are married to a woman who cannot make you show your weakness, then something's wrong with you. I wept, and God said, "Stop crying." On my return back from the Bible school, at the airport, she said, "Didn't you say on your return, we are now in Nigeria. There's no other place to go again?" Well, this woman asked me this question, and I replied by saying to her, "In our walk with God, there's time for everything. This boy shall walk today." I went from song to song, The boy fell under the anointing and slept off, woke up and said, "Daddy, do you know while he was singing, angels were here adjusting my bones. And now I can walk, now I can run." To me, the greatest evidence of God's presence is to see God demonstrate his power on your behalf. I drove to the hospital where my wife gave birth to her second child and announced to her the miracle God had performed, that our son now walks. My wife did not smile, she did not betray her emotion, she just looked at me with fixed gaze and glance and said to me, "As a preacher, you're not allowed to tell lies. But if this boy walks, I'll give you a goat." So I picked my pen and wrote the word goat and asked her to sign under that she was owing me a goat. On her return to the house, the boy ran, shouting, "Mama, I can walk. Mama, I can run." My wife threw away her handbag and began to cry. "Madam, you didn't promise me tears. You promised me a goat. What is the goat?" She said, "Give me money, I'll buy you a goat." Madam, I drove to her village, drove through the night to her village to announce to her father that she made a promise she did not honor. Her son now walks, but she had promised me a goat, which I will decide what to do with the goat. Now we have a crippled son who now walks, but there's no sacrifice to make unto God. The father said to me, "Does the boy now walk?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "Go to the backyard." And they go to their choice. Pick it. Now you know why the Igbo man says, "A poor man who marries your daughter may never give you that goat." The man gave me the goat. But in my foolishness, he asked me to take the goat of my choice. And I picked the biggest goat, not knowing the goat was pregnant. My tradition will not allow you to slaughter a pregnant goat. But I told my wife to forget about the state of the goat, just bring the goat. We had another beautiful child who was also crippled. When I told my wife God asked me to bring that child to the citywide crusade in Uyo, that here God shall cause the girl to walk without prayer. My wife was angry. She asked me, of the two of you, who is the madman here, you or God? Why can't this God heal this child behind closed door? Why bring this child to the whole world and advertise our problem to the watching world? Madam, I called her and said, "You're getting it all wrong. Number one, that you are born again does not mean you'll be exempted from the problems of life." And I said to her, the miracle will not be the same. This girl will fall under the anointing, and while she's sleeping, God will be mending her legs. angels will be employed and engaged to repair her legs. And when she wakes up, she'll be able to walk without any prayer. Well, I am emphasizing this because many people believe there will be no miracle without prayer. At the PFN meeting in Benin, I was shocked. My friends were angry. And they made me the last speaker. And I said to them, for making me the last speaker and punishing me, I will preach, but I will not pray for the sick. And 1,000, how many? 200 shall be healed. They said it's against the rule of the game. The right thing is you preach and pray. Hey, shut up your mouth. A man's anointing determines his behavior. Number two, we are all equal in fellowship. We are not equal in anointing. Is that correct? So I said to them, I will not pray for the sick to punish all of you for harassing me. When we counted those who were healed, how many were there?
5,000.
5,000. Benin broke down. They began to sing, don't go back to you, for we love you. Don't go back. I was amazed because I didn't go to Benin as a refugee.